Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by lush green hills, there lived a 25-year-old man named Leo. Leo was restless, and his mind was never still. Thoughts kept coming and going like waves in a stormy sea. He constantly worried about the mistakes he had made and what the future might hold. Even in the calm of night, he could not sleep well. Sometimes he would sit under the old oak tree near his house and stare at the sky, trying to feel peace, but it always slipped away. One day, while talking to a villager, Leo heard about a wise old teacher living in a distant hilltop village. The villagers said that this teacher had once been a renowned counselor in the city, helping many people overcome worry and fear. Now he had left the noisy city life and lived in a small, peaceful house near the forest. Occasionally, visitors would come seeking his guidance. Leo felt a spark of hope. Maybe this teacher can help me calm my mind, he thought. After several days of walking through winding paths, crossing streams, and climbing gentle hills, Leo finally arrived at the hilltop village. There he saw a quaint little cottage covered with ivy and flowers. On the wooden porch, the old teacher sat quietly, his eyes closed, breathing softly as if he was one with the wind and trees. Leo stepped forward, his heart beating fast. "Grandfather," he said softly, "my mind never rests. I cannot stop thinking about everything. Can you help me find peace?" The old teacher opened his eyes slowly, revealing a calm, gentle gaze. He smiled warmly and said, "Peace, you say? Come, I will give you a small task." He led Leo to a small garden filled with blooming flowers and a tiny fountain. On a stone table, he filled a glass to the very brim with water. The glass trembled slightly as he handed it to Leo. "Take this glass," the teacher said, "and walk down the path to the edge of the village and then back here. But you must not spill even a single drop." Leo looked at the glass, nervous but determined. He nodded and carefully began his journey. The village path was narrow and busy. Children were playing, dogs barked, birds flew from tree to tree, and shopkeepers shouted to attract customers. Yet Leo's gaze never left the glass. Step by step, he walked slowly, carefully balancing the water. His hands were steady and his mind was focused entirely on the task. Some villagers stopped and watched him curiously, sensing the importance of what he was doing. No one dared to disturb him. The sun climbed higher in the sky, casting warm golden rays over the path. Leo's heart pounded, but he did not let it distract him. Finally, he returned to the teacher, the glass still perfectly full. "I did it," Leo said, breathing a sigh of relief. "Not a single drop spilled." The teacher nodded, his eyes twinkling. "Good. But tell me, did you notice the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking? Or the birds singing?" Leo paused, surprised. "No, I didn't see or hear anything. I was only focused on the glass." The teacher smiled softly. "Exactly, that is the secret. You see, your mind has always had the capacity for calmness, but you were distracted by worries about the past and fears of the future. When you focus completely on the present moment, all that noise disappears. There is no fear, no confusion, no extra thoughts. You were fully in the present, caring only for the water in your hands. That is peace." Slowly, Leo began to understand. He bowed his head, feeling a warmth spread in his chest. "Grandfather, now I understand. True peace isn't found outside. It has always been within me. I just need to bring my mind to the present moment." The old teacher smiled as the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. Birds returned to their nests, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of flowers. Leo started his journey back home. This time he walked not with a restless mind but with a calm heart. He felt lighter, freer, and for the first time in years, truly peaceful. From that day onward, whenever Leo felt anxious or lost in thought, he remembered the glass of water. He brought his attention to the present moment, and slowly, his mind learned to rest. Peace, he realized, was never something he needed to search for. It was always inside him. If you enjoy the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Your one comment will encourage me to create even better stories. Thank you, everyone. We will meet again with new stories.